This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network.
Hi, I'm Gearóid Farrelly.
And I'm Niamh Kavanagh.
And you're listening to Agony Rants.
We're here debating on which of us is Cagney and which of us is Lacey.
I know. I think it's very interesting. Lacey's my favourite, but I think you're right. I have a Cagney vibe.
You are much more of a Cagney.
Vibe.
Yeah, you're much more of a Cagney.
I would like to specify that I did not watch Cagney and Lacey in its original heyday because I'm far too young.
Well,
I did watch the reruns on TV3 during the 2000s.
Yeah.
Every morning. I used to set the video.
Sometimes he just likes to punish me.
Welcome, listener, to the show where a comedian and a Eurovision winner heal your lives, fix your problems, change your world.
A very old Eurovision winner, clearly.
Niamh, I've said this to you a million times before. You have a young soul.
I have a young
soul.
It's a shame.
And we've just listened. Niamh has been in the studio.
Oh.
Niamh has been in the studio.
Well, yeah. My garage, really.
Yeah. She's recorded a song which she's not releasing.
No.
Why would she? Why would she when she's put all this work in to something that sounds absolutely fabulous that she's now not releasing? But it sounds great, Niamh.
Thanks.
So I'm calling you out in the podcast.
Okay.
To say release the song.
No, but I can't release a song. It's just a song that I was doing for a show. So they needed a guide vocal, so I did that.
Yeah, and you did the back of it. Sounds fantastic.
I know.
It sounds better than the original.
Wow.
It does. Yeah, Miley Cyrus is shite.
Oh my God, don't say
not
that.
Not my bag, Niamh.
It's not a real thing.
She recorded, what was the song?
Flowers.
Flowers by Miley Cyrus.
Or as they say up north, flowers.
Flowers. I can buy myself flowers.
Flowers. Doesn't have the same rhythm. I'm not going to lie.
It sounds great, Niamh.
I didn't say flowers.
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 But like, come on, Niamh.
No, I know. No, actually, to be fair,
up demand.
I've taken December off as such. My last gig is on the 1st of December and I have nothing for about 5 or 6 weeks. And my plan is to record during that time.
It so isn't, Niamh. I know the look in your face.
It is.
I swear to God,
I'm not saying my life goes to plan all the time, but that's my job.
Like an agent needs to sit you down, Niamh. They do. Because you're like, I've taken the most lucrative time of the year. I've taken it off to record. I won't do that.
That's hilarious. You're fucking.
It sounds great. That's all I'm saying, Niamh. I'm not going to have a go.
I've never had
top of a podcast, but it's absolutely great.
I've never had someone tell me they love me so much with so much disdain and anger.
But you sound brilliant because normally when Niamh's asked to do backing vocals, she's like, absolutely not. There's backing singers for that. But you were doing your own backing vocals on it. It sounds brilliant.
I know, but that's because they needed to save money. It is RTE after all.
But it sounds great.
They don't have money to burn in there now, so it's.
I'll draw a line under it, Niamh.
Okay.
I'll say it sounds great.
Yeah, thanks. I look forward to it.
The line's drawn. There's no follow-up comment.
Okay.
But you recorded it for a TV show.
That lasted like 10 seconds.
You see, I get so excited when you record new music. I'm just like, that sounds brilliant. Put it out to the world and like.
No, but nobody needs another version of Flowers, even if it is Flowers.
Yeah, but it's your version.
It's
like
not.
Who
it's the same as her version.
But who else has recorded it?
Miley Cyrus. It's her fucking song about Liam Hemsworth or not Liam. What's his name?
Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah, Liam. It is Liam.
Liam.
The one she was married to.
Oh. I've no idea who she is.
I mean, it's rumoured, but I think she is riddled with you fecker, you cheated on me, basically.
Oh. See, Niamh, that plays straight into our podcast.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Drawn a line under it, Niamh. Drawn a line.
Okay.
How are you this week?
I'm good, actually. You know the way it was Halloween last week, and because my kids are grown, I'm not really invested in it.
Not a Halloween person.
No, not really. But obviously my niece is only 8 months, so of course I'm going to buy her first Halloween thing. And I bought her a headband, which was like in these hairbands that are like hard, but they had really soft kind of fur in it, and it was like a black cat. And I thought, oh, that's really cute, and it's really soft, and it's lovely. And I brought it down to her, and I kid you not, she was like, "What is this hideous thing?" Because it was black, and it was a cat, and it wasn't like, this is a cute cat. This is like a Halloween cat, so it was like. I didn't quite think it through that an 8-month-old will get the concept of Halloween that it's supposed to be pretend scary.
I got to be honest with you, Niamh, right? There's 2 things I'm not into.
Okay.
Right? One is Halloween.
And cats.
I know, I love cats.
Okay.
I love cats. My boyfriend took a photograph of me asleep with my cat because my cat's doing this thing. Now that the seasons have changed, right? We have this understanding now. Because the seasons have changed, it's colder. So she comes up and she's like, look, it's winter now. I'm going to pretend to love you for 4 months. So but it's all about warmth. We know it's all about warmth. She cuddles up.
Is this Boots or your partner?
No. More or less the same, to be honest. Look, a little from column A, a little from column B. Either way, the heating's not going on.
Okay,
we're in an
fair
energy
enough.
crisis.
Certainly not. I was going to certainly not at the price of it these days.
No, absolutely not.
Every gig, I announce the same thing. I say, "Look at you all here. It's great you're supporting us." I said, "Look at the money you're saving on the heating." For the 3 hours you're here, even if you've left kids at home, they don't need the heat.
So we're basically I'm not a fan of Halloween because I feel like that's for kids.
Yeah.
Like I feel it's. And
No,
I feel
you're
like
right.
if you don't have kids, why get involved? I mean, I remember one time
You could say the same about Christmas.
Niamh, that's different.
Is
Christmas is presents, it's gifts, it's carols.
Halloween is trick or treat.
Ah, come here. That's the acceptable face of begging. I'm sorry, if somebody knocks on the door and asks for something, jog on, get a job. Buy your own mini Mars bars.
Or before Christmas when they start, young fellas used to turn up on the doorstep half singing away in a manger.
I know, yeah. Thanks. Like Carolyn has gone by the wayside.
Thank God
Yeah.
for COVID. If you can thank COVID for anything, it's that.
Yeah, it's people knocking on your door singing a song. It's like, absolutely not. Now, this is very embarrassing. Like, I mean, somebody, like, being an audience of one for a group of carol singers, that's
killer.
That's unnerving.
It's mortifying.
So I don't like Halloween.
I've done gigs like that.
Yeah, I know. Same.
It's very
There,
unnerving.
but for the grace of God, go any of us.
Anyway.
I've done them and I'll do them again, I'm sure, but hopefully it's a while. But like...
Halloween.
I don't like Halloween.
Okay.
I just never got on board.
No, it's never been a kind of a key time for me either.
And also, do you know what I don't like?
What?
Dressing up. You know when somebody
Clearly.
says... Yeah. No, like...
I mean, I can talk, but
You know,
anyway.
you know when somebody is having a party and then they're like, oh, it's fancy dress. It's like, well, then I'm not going. I'm sorry. I don't like fancy dress. It's not that I don't.
Have you ever done it? Properly,
Have I ever done it?
properly, like not turned up like somebody from the Blues Brothers by putting a hat on your head. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, no, I don't do that. No, I've done... What have I dressed up as? I dressed up as Bishop Eamon Casey.
okay, that
Remember
sounds.
the bishop
That
that
was
had the
very
child?
specific of a
Yeah.
time, yeah.
Because, so I dressed up as I had like a priest's outfit and I just had like a baby strapped to it.
Okay, so he was bishop, so
Yeah, I think I was only about 16 when I did that. I was very,
Wow.
very forward thinking.
You were very forward thinking. I dressed up as Jack Sparrow once, like proper.
Oh.
Yeah.
I dressed up as Batman for the bake-along. I dressed up as Batman and Boots dressed up as Batman. We were adorable.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How did I miss that one? Which Batman did you dress up as? This is the question. Were you the Adam West with the tights over? You know the way the tights.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but thankfully
Tell me there's a photo.
the bake-along was a mid-shot.
Tell me there's a photo.
There's no budgie smugglers.
Raging.
No, I don't really do fancy dress.
Yeah.
I remember once sitting in the car in Eyre Square in Galway on Halloween night and I saw Supergirl puking into a doorway and Wonder Woman holding her hair back. And I just thought, that encapsulates Halloween.
It does.
That's
It
Halloween.
does.
So I'm not into that and I'm also not into a bald child in a headband.
Okay.
I feel it accentuates the baldness.
Of all the places I thought we were going, I didn't think we were going there. To be fair.
I feel like baldness is something that should be concealed. And I feel like that if you have a child, that you wrap a headband around and the child's bald, I just think it's not a great look.
Yeah, but here's the thing,
Bonnets
right?
on babies is cute.
No, I kind of get that, right? I kind of get your concept, right? And I'm not a mad fan of it either, although she wears a great headband.
Is
This
she
girl.
bald?
No, she's not, you see. She's got
She's got
a
a bit of
quiff
head
and
of hair.
everything. She's got a fine quiff. She's a gorgeous girl. I think sometimes when you have a baby, right, and it's not obvious boy or child, as they say, right? In other words, when my Jack, right?
Some of them are very plain.
No, I don't mean that as in, if they don't, sometimes it's the hair that gives it away. But like my Jack, when he was about a year old, had the most gorgeous blonde curls. I mean, honestly, in the finest face. It was like a
pretty face.
And everybody used to say what a lovely girl I had.
Okay.
And I think as a parent, you really wanted to find that this is a boy or a girl, which is weird in this today.
Yeah.
Today it's all about not saying boy, child, nothing, right? It's just like a child, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I think especially when it comes to girls, because it's so hard to look like a girl when you're that age. That's why the headbands get involved. I can totally understand why they do it. It's not. I don't think it's not necessary.
A lot of it's unfortunate. A lot of female children, they're bald, they're a bit horsey looking. It's not great.
Wow.
You do. Now, I know,
no.
Parents will never admit it, but there are some ugly babies.
Oh, yeah, no, there are.
Oh my God. There's, I do think it's harder if the child is female, I think. I mean, my sister, she had no hair till she was about 4. She's a very attractive woman, but good God almighty, she was an ugly child. Attention, Agony Rants listeners. I am on tour with my Glamour Hammer tour. We have...
Still
on tour now.
Still.
I've been worked like a dog.
I can just
practically down the mines.
I know.
Down the mines for about 4 hours a week. It's outrageous.
Thank God you're not a canary.
I will also be doing a show at the Roscommon Arts Centre on the 11th of November. And that, I think, is it then for this side of Christmas.
Wow. You're like Frank Sinatra. I don't know how many times you've retired.
I know, yeah.
Anyway.
I'm retiring. I'll be back in January. There's a whole new list of dates that have gone on sale for January. So the 20th of January, I'm in the Museum of Comedy in London. Mm-hmm. I'm doing a show in Southampton in the Attic. I'm doing Longford Arts Centre. I'm doing the Central in Navan. And there's a whole list of them. Gearóid.com, or you can go over to my the link in my Instagram bio. The sold out shows aren't there, so if it's on that, you'll be able to get tickets.
Amazing.
Come join us.
Bye.
We are pausing for a moment to remind you that Agony Rants is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network. The Head Stuff Podcast Network is a collective. It's a network of like-minded podcasts.
It is.
And we are a member of that. And if you would like to support us, we would love it if you would subscribe to Head Stuff Plus. It's a membership platform. It's quite like Patreon, although it's more in favour of the artists than Patreon is. They take a smaller cut in Head Stuff. Mm-hmm. And if you are a subscriber to us on Head Stuff Plus, you will get our bonus show, Niamh.
Oh, yes, it's true. We love the bonus show.
Vintage Rants.
Vintage. Just like myself.
Vintage. It is absolutely my favourite part of the Agony Rants canon. I love every single episode we've done. It comes out every second Thursday. And I can't remember what this episode is, but it's very good. I think there's 4 of them or 5 of them out now.
Yeah. And they're all melding into one.
They're just really good fun.
Yeah.
You will also get access to a feed where you can listen to Agony Rants ad free.
Ad free is always a good thing.
Ad free. None of my plugging.
None of your plugging.
None of it.
Nothing about your tour at all.
Nothing about my tour at all. Glamour Hammer tour on tour now. Gearóid.com for tickets. See, that sort of bullshit. Yeah. That's the sort of stuff you won't get on the free feed. So, ad free, and you will also get a free gift from us.
Yeah, you will.
We are giving you our Do Not Disturb sign, which we were going to sell.
Yes, but we've decided not to.
We decided no. Everybody who subscribes to us
will get one.
By a certain date.
I was going to say.
Yeah. What was the date? I can't remember.
I know.
Look, you'll have got an email about it if you're a bonus subscriber, and it applies to you. So it's from our heart to yours.
Oh, without a doubt. And from our door to yours.
Exactly. Yeah, we're paying the postage as well. Yeah. Not cheap. Not cheap. Didn't factor that in at the start, but look, we are where we are. We are cross-promoting another... No, we're not cross-promoting this week. What we're doing is we are publicising. Head Stuff are running a competition.
Yes.
If you have an idea for a podcast...
Yes, it is called Join the Cast.
It's called Join the Cast competition. Mm-hmm. It is basically a €50,000 recording deal. Excuse me, I am furious that they are throwing 50 grand at some unknown podcast when we are here making absolutely nothing for this very successful, brilliant show. I'm furious about it. So I would encourage you not to enter. We don't need the competition. Thank you very much. We should enter.
We should enter.
Now you're talking. We're marching straight out. Stop the recording. Marissa, turn it off. We're leaving. We're going straight up to Alan's office. We're demanding a check for 25 grand each.
Do you know what's happening now?
Another word. Because apparently, basically what you do is you send us your podcast pitch before November the 19th. Not to me now, send it to the Head Stuff. And then it will be judged by... I don't know who these people are. I'm one of them.
You are, by the looks of it.
Tony Cantwell.
They didn't ask me.
He's great.
They didn't ask me.
No, Niamh, now to be honest.
I don't have the time.
You don't have time. You're busy being a Eurovision winner. Niamh.
That's correct.
Yeah. Nobody needs that bull. No, you don't need that bullshit. Listen to all these entries. Terrible ideas. And now I'm expecting that there'll be a shortlist. I don't want to listen to everything that comes in.
Although, if there's good ideas and they don't get picked up, I'm just saying.
Yeah, we'll rob them. Your ideas are not safe. That's what I'm saying.
Trademark them before you send them.
Now, we haven't sold this competition very well.
No, but it is a fantastic opportunity.
It is a fantastic competition. It's a fantastic opportunity, and Head Stuff are absolutely brilliant. So here is an ad that will explain it much better than we have.
And also, just a disclaimer is you physically are not getting 50,000 pounds.
No, it's not. It's
otherwise we will be all over that like a cheap suit.
50 grand, Niamh.
I know.
So if the security guard never saw Aoife leave the building, how could Mark have committed the crime? And then there's a letter from the confession box. Anyway, sorry for the rambling voice note. But to answer your question, no.
If this sounds like you, then Head Stuff Podcast's competition, Join the Cast, is offering you the chance to record your own podcast series worth €50,000. Simply pitch your idea at jointhecast.ie. T's and C's apply.
Anyway.
Niamh, we've got ourselves a follow-up.
Oh, I love a follow-up.
Now, actually, I'll be honest, right? A couple of weeks ago, I did a bit of a shout out on Instagram because I was saying, if you have any problems that are not relationships or career,
okay,
we'd love to hear them because we get a lot of those. Every single thing that we're doing today involves Neighbours.
Neighbours.
And that's a coincidence.
No,
that wasn't by design.
Hi G wrote to you a while ago about some neighbours who had been copying us.
Now, I actually remember this.
No, I do too.
It was
a long time ago.
There was actually two of these. There was one very early when we started the podcast, and then there was one that wrote in. This one, they wrote in because they heard the previous one. So this is quite a common...
Yeah, it is a problem.
And we gave, I thought, very good advice in both situations.
Yeah. But do you think we give very good advice all the time?
Niamh, I think...
We should charge for it.
Game changing.
I know.
We're game changing.
During the summer, we called over and with your advice, fresh in our heads, decided that today would be the day we say something. Ooh. So we did a bit of double take in the sitting room and mentioned that it was painted the same colour as ours.
Okay. I'm not sure that was our advice, but...
Anyway, so then we bottled it. We didn't mention anything else, but after a few drinks, we kept mentioning the sitting room colour. At the end of the night, our host actually said, okay, I get the message. We'll paint the fucking sitting room. We left on good terms, we think in brackets. Yeah. But that said, we haven't heard from them since. In another update, my wife got her way and we did buy the air fryer. And Niamh, just to let you know, I am totally convert. They're amazing. Thanks for the lols, Gordon.
Wow.
Now, I'm going to say this, first of all. I also succumbed to the air fryer situation.
Did you?
I did.
Niamh, you didn't bring that up on the podcast.
I know.
You were very vocal in your opposition to them.
Well, it's not opposition. I just felt that they were going to be a gadget I wasn't going to use, and I waited a long time.
An air fryer, I have to say, I was at the start. I was like, "Do I need one? I'll give it a go." But my God,
no, I use it a lot. I use it a lot, and actually, I've managed to roast my first chicken in it. I've done a few bits and pieces.
Did you do it upside down?
I did for half of it.
Upside down for half and turn it over. Oh,
delicious,
juicy.
But he wasn't talking about the air fryer.
Well, I think it was the most interesting part of his,
it was for us.
Of his follow-up.
Yeah.
Because what he clearly did was he listened to some of our advice. And like if ever there was the definition of doing something half-assed, so they basically went in and said, like, we should say something. Let's say something. And then they got drunk and they said the same thing over and over again.
I think you've actually solved a problem.
Yeah, because you're no longer friends with them. They'll no longer be in your house. They won't be able to copy you.
So that's not a bad thing. They could be copying you over there, but at this point, it doesn't matter anymore because you're never going to see it.
Exactly. I'm curious to know how long ago it was that you haven't heard from them.
Well, because it was during the summer that they were
during
on.
The summer.
We called over. So it is quite a while.
Oh, so this friendship is done.
It is well
yeah,
done.
This is done. I have to say, if somebody... I know we talked about it at the time, but if somebody was copying, I don't know if it would bother me.
It depends on how much they were copying and why.
You see, I think it's different if you have an apartment, because I have an apartment, and apartments look the same. You know, like the outside of the apartments, they all look the same. The doors are all the same. The build, you know.
But so do houses in certain areas.
Yes, yeah, but like if you're doing something, like you see this a lot, you know, like if one house gets a cobble.
Oh yeah.
And then the other house got the cobble and you're like, I wonder who got the cobble first. Like, I wonder what it was like the day the second person was getting the cobble. You know, was somebody seething in the kitchen?
Or feeling really proud that they started a trend.
Yeah, maybe.
You know?
But I think with apartments, you know, they're all just a bit...
Well, there's a sameness. And to be honest, I think in decorating, there are cycles. So, for instance, like there was a period of time, which you will be too or young, obviously, to remember. Of
course, Niamh.
The cycle
Hugely
of
young.
the
Very
avocado.
Young. Very young.
The avocado bathroom suite. It was a thing. Everybody was getting the avocado bath and toilet and everything.
They are, without exception, the ugliest.
No. The pink ones. The pink ones are even uglier.
The pink ones are disgusting.
I can live with an avocado. I couldn't live with a pink one.
Do you know what's disgusting about the pink ones, right?
What?
Is that it, like, because I've been viewing houses recently, right? And if you see a pink bathroom suite, but like it's got the rust on it from where the seat is.
No.
Or they've put a white seat on it.
Yeah.
Foul. I think avocado, absolutely gross.
Yeah, no, it's not great, but the pink is worse. There's cycles of colours and cycles of things. So it's not unusual for somebody to maybe go in and go, oh, I saw this colour and I quite like it. So you do kind of come across that. But when somebody are buying specific things, that feels a little bit strange. You know, so in other words, I mean, and the other thing that happens currently is because we all buy a lot of the time in IKEA, we end up with, you know, I don't think there's a household in the world that doesn't have a Billy bookcase.
Of course. Of course, they're fabulous.
They're just everywhere. You know, but so what I'm saying is you've got these things in them, right? And so there are similarities. It's just what you do with them. But if somebody starts really copying,
do you know what happened with me, right? I was the first out of my friends to buy an apartment. And I painted my walls green. Right. Green and beige.
Green and beige,
and they weren't called green and beige. They were called... Providence and Pale Mink.
Of course they were. Of course they
Providence
were.
And Pale Mink.
My front room was Cafe Madison and Manhattan.
Of course it was, Niamh. Of course it was.
They were purple.
And I had Pale Mink and Providence with dark brown walnut floors, right?
Wow.
Now, fabulous.
Wonderful.
Absolutely fabulous. And then all of my friends that bought apartments afterwards had green, beige, dark floors.
Okay.
So I always found it quite amusing. I was like, oh, there's another friends with the same colour. So for ages I kind of felt, well, I'm clearly a tastemaker.
Without doubt.
But then I realised because I was clearing through like house stuff, like just a folder of stuff that I had when I bought my place. And I had like the Dulux book, and on the cover of the Dulux book was like green, beige, dark brown floors. Like
the sample photo.
Yeah.
So you basically
everyone that got the Dulux book were like, oh yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah, it's on the cover. That must be fashionable.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody sets the trend and then there's lots of it happens. Yeah. But actually, I think essentially you've dodged a bullet regardless. I don't think you're that traumatized. I think you're more excited about the fact that, you've got the air fryer and it's fabulous. And I think that's what you should celebrate, because clearly you and your wife are going to spend a lot of time with this air fryer.
Yeah, because
you're not going anywhere else.
No need for a 2-drawer because you're never having people over. I'm sure there's a better way you could have done that, but look.
Less finesse than we would have liked, but it worked well. It achieved the goal.
You took the advice. It was a very blunt instrument.
Okay. Do we have a problem?
We've got a problem, Niamh. Dear Queen Niamh and Gearóid, myself and my partner have just bought a house in an old suburb of Dublin. We've been searching for a place that we could afford and that was nice. The day after we moved in, we brought a bottle of wine and some scones into our neighbours to introduce ourselves. Of course they did. Of course they did.
Of course they did.
The gays
Fantastic.
do things right.
Yeah, but I always thought neighbours were supposed to bring you stuff when you're
Do you know
moving
what?
in.
Yeah.
Because you're going through the moving.
You're going through the moving, but they didn't. So they said, well,
We'll make the effort.
we'll make the effort. Now, I have to say, I always do that when I have a new neighbour.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've had the same neighbour for 25 years. I'm still giving him a dinner over the hedge. Go on anyway.
The day after we moved in, we bought a bottle of wine and some scones into our neighbours to introduce ourselves. They are the people that join our house, which is semi-detached. Gays in a semi-D.
Yeah,
High-class gays we've got here.
very, very high.
We felt that it was a good idea to introduce ourselves as they are an elderly couple. We were astonished as when they opened the door, they were absolutely horrible.
Oh dear.
He asked straight out if we were a couple, and when my husband said yes, he turned and went back into the house muttering.
Ooh.
What a bollocks. His wife said they didn't approve of our lifestyle and she closed the door. Ugh. That was 3 weeks ago. I hope they're dead on the kitchen floor.
Oh my God.
That was 3 weeks ago. We have had numerous conversations about how we could have handled the situation. We have since met other neighbours and they're lovely, but this is really colouring our view of our new home. What do we think we should do? Burn their place to the ground.
No, stop it now. Stop it now. Are we allowed to say the name?
It's from Declan.
Yeah, okay.
Declan. No.
You don't have to do anything, actually.
You don't. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do in this situation. The only thing that you can do is take solace in the fact that sometime in the near future, there'll be boxes coming out of that house. Look, if you're a gay living next door to an old bigot,
Yeah, I know.
what you concentrate on is the word old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elderly.
Elderly.
You know what? Whether you're gay, whether they're elderly, doesn't make any difference.
You don't get your boiler serviced. That's what you do. The carbon monoxide, let it leach into their gas.
To be fair, it'll kill them first because they're older. No, but look, I'm going to tell you, right? These people are not worth your effort in any way.
Yeah.
I would be ridiculously polite to them, not kind, polite. Kill them with that kind of politeness.
Yes.
Because you give them no reason to have any difficulty. I appreciate because you're semi-detached, there may be issues, but quite frankly, that's their bigotry, their small-mindedness. I can't even tell you how tragic. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I am not a big advocate of living in other people's houses, especially if you're living beside them, right?
Absolutely.
I'm not a big advocate of it. Be friendly, be lovely, be helpful, but do not live in the space because it's too long. You know, it's too long. You can't. It's too easy for things to be difficult, and you're going to live there.
So keep yourself to yourself.
Right. So you have a group of people clearly that you've met who are lovely, and that's where you should be focusing your energy, and just ignore that. If they start bringing problems to your door, then that's their problem and let them bring the problem. Do not worry about the small-minded, nasty, but in a weird way, they've saved you an awful lot of time and effort. And, because you get a lot of passive aggressiveness in this area and a lot of, the reality is they have given you the best gift they could give you. In other words, they've been outwardly, we're not interested in you, so you get to actually not waste a single moment on them. So please do not waste another moment worrying about what you should or shouldn't do. Obviously in common decency, if one of them's fallen over, after you've stopped laughing, go in and help them.
Exactly.
Go in and help them.
Yeah.
Be decent, be polite.
Withhold CPR.
Well, he probably has a DNR anyway.
Withhold CPR.
Just assume there's a DNR.
Assume it.
But what I'm saying is, obviously be decent because that's who you are as people, right? And be polite, don't be ignorant because that only feeds into their bigotry.
Exactly.
But quite frankly, they don't merit another second of your brain.
Exactly.
Or
and
your
do you know
emotion.
what I will say now? The only precaution I would take in this situation is if they don't like you, like if neighbours clearly don't like you, what I would do is I would go to your local police station and I would have a little word with, isn't there like a gay liaison guard or something? There used to be, because I remember years ago I got mugged. And I went to the Pier Street Garda station. They were like, they were like, are you gay? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, oh, well, you'll have to talk to the gay liaison officer.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. And then they were like, he's on holidays for 2 weeks. I was like, well, this is incredible. Thank you. What a service to the community.
Wow.
But
I'm straight online.
I think there is a gay liaison officer at Garda stations. So what I would say is, right, you're not making a report, but what you're doing is you're going in, you're saying,
you're highlighting
just to let you know, we have moved into a house. Our neighbours have made it very clear that they're homophobic. They don't like gay people.
Yeah.
And we just want to, because what you don't want is in 2 years' time you're having a barbecue and they're making noise complaints, or they're inventing reasons to call the guards, and
Yeah, I think it's a valid conversation. That's a really great piece of advice, actually, because I never knew that. But actually, it is a great piece of advice because
I'm sure the Gardaí have a prick register and we'd like to put them on it.
Here's another thing that I'm going to say, actually, is if they're that definite, they may decide not to do anything. If in the last 3 weeks there's been nothing, right? Yeah. Then the chances are their whole raison d'etre is to avoid you, and they'll tut ferociously next door.
Let them tut.
It's nothing about the gay lifestyle necessarily, because chances are they would tut no matter who the hell was next door.
Exactly.
I've had people tut over my parenting at times, I'm sure. But, and my mother, and I'm sure, and occasionally my lovely neighbour, Sean, who is wonderful, he comes over to remind me that I haven't cleaned my soffits, or have you not noticed I lifted the weeds out of your garden? I'm going, that's great, thanks. And it makes me feel terrible. But, the thing is, if somebody is inclined to want to interact with you or to make things difficult for you or good for you, they're going to try and do it. But if in the last 3 weeks there's been no interaction, then that's probably an indication on how they're going to roll. And it's sad in one way, because it's lovely to have neighbours.
It's nice to have neighbours that you can rely on, because
you kind of need it. Yeah.
Like when you get to their age, to have a neighbour that's willing to look out for you, I think that's a real gift. And also to have gay neighbours, excuse me.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm sorry.
You've no idea what I want. I want that so bad.
A lovely gay couple showing up with scones and wine on your door.
My God.
Excuse me, and you're closing the door.
They'd have been in beside the fire with me, and I'd have been shown where my ironing was.
You'd have had a lovely, there could have been a lovely relationship there.
Yeah, but it's their loss. You obviously have other neighbours, so go for them. And put your energy there.
Don't close the door. That's the other thing I always say in these situations.
Yeah, give them space.
That could be the husband. The husband could die, and then she'll be on her own, and she'll be like, you know what, actually, I quite like the guys, but my husband was a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
So just polite, civil.
Just don't prove them right in that sense of being ignorant back to them. You don't need to be, but you certainly don't need to be overly nice to them.
Now, personally, I'd have put every single scone through their window.
I know. Especially if they were rock scones.
Well, my scones are they're tough now.
I don't believe that for a minute.
There's a lot of resistance there. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I bet their scones are lovely.
I'd say these gay scones.
The best.
Perfect. Yeah, look. You've met it before. You'll meet it again. You know what to do. And don't be afraid of a bit of exposure therapy. Don't be afraid to snuggle in your back garden, or be very vocal in the boudoir with the windows open. We've all been in situations where we've heard the next door neighbours having a go. I stayed in a hotel in Brighton, and I swear to God, it was a knocking shop. From 8 o'clock on Saturday morning, there was headboards going all around me.
Really?
I swear to God. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, I can't believe, and I have to say, unfortunately now for the stamina of Brighton men, the headboards weren't going for very long.
Short and sharp.
Declan, we hope we've helped.
Yes, Declan, let us know how you get on. But seriously, do not waste another second with these people.
Yeah, and the other thing is, you've moved into your lovely new home. Do not let it colour your... you've met, and this is what always happens, I think, with gay people. When we meet a bit of resistance, it doesn't matter how much love we've met from all the other neighbours. The fact that there's resistance from one can spoil it. And sometimes we need to snap each other out of that. Yeah. So... don't let that colour anything. You are there in your lovely new home. Shut the door and go, thank Christ we don't have to waste our time there. And you know what? I feel sad for them.
I do too. I mean, it's a generational thing sometimes. It's not all the generation, because we know that, right? And it's not everybody feels that way. But there are people who are bigots for lots of reasons, and the reality is it is totally their loss. Like totally their loss.
Yeah.
So look at it that way and know that you're loved.
God, imagine if I'd love to have another gay couple as neighbours.
Would you?
Yeah.
I'd love to have a gay couple. Can you imagine? I'd be treated like a god.
We've another problem, Niamh.
Okay. And it's about neighbours.
Another neighbour problem. I can't believe
it's brilliant.
People will think we planned this. We genuinely didn't.
I know.
They just all came in together. We had a batch of letters and I didn't even notice. It was Niamh said.
I was.
Did you realise there's 3 neighbours ones?
I'm the only one who cares. Anyway, so here we go.
I have a lot on, Niamh. A lot on.
Okay, so here's a problem I have that's not about a relationship or career. So somebody was listening to you.
Yeah.
Okay, about neighbours. How much noise is too much noise? When is appropriate to complain without being a dick myself? Okay, this is the situation. I can hear the lyrics to their songs they play on the radio now, and I know this is very serious because there's a lot of words in capitals here. It's that loud. My sofa and bed shake when they enter or exit their home because they hammer the door shut so hard. I actually don't know how it's still on its hinges. They play music at 6:30 a.m. every morning, 9 a.m. on the weekends, which should be illegal. They wake me up every single day. They also blast music when they finish working, which is around 5:30 p.m. every day. They then blast the TV all night until about 12 o'clock. I can also tell which shows they are watching. I am going mad. I feel like I live with them and have extra roommates who aren't paying any rent. It's really getting to me. They also have loud friends over every other weekend. The walls are not paper thin because we don't hear the other neighbour. The real problem is I doubt they even realise how loud they are. And some people are just like that. So I feel bad in a way to go over and ask them to be more quiet. I'm not sure it's actually fair of me because I don't think they're doing it out of badness or to annoy their neighbours on purpose. My question is, should I go over? Should I complain in person or by anonymous letter? But they'll probably know it was me. It wouldn't take Sherlock to work it out. Any advice welcome? What would you do? From a very frazzled Nicole in a North Dublin apartment block.
Oh, this is the nightmare.
Yeah.
It's the nightmare situation because there's nothing more frustrating than noise.
Yeah, I know.
And also, what happens is in these situations, right, and I've been in this situation myself, is once you hear the noise,
you never stop hearing it.
You never stop hearing it.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't
and
believe
it's
they're at
amplified
it again.
every time
They're
you
at
hear
it
it.
again. They're at it again. My experience this is that our neighbour downstairs had rented his apartment to
someone else.
People who were, that were like practicing DJing.
Oh, wow.
4 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday
is this a really good looking fella?
Gorgeous.
Do you remember? I remember you telling me that story.
Every time we went to complain, I was just swooning.
He might not be much help here, Nicole.
Oh my God, they were absolutely gorgeous. I forgot about that.
Yes.
I'll never forget it. One day I was annoyed at him and I had to go down and open the door to him because he was locked out yet again, and there he was standing there in the rain. He was standing there in the rain. With a puppy.
No.
It's just like, God almighty.
He set that up.
It was ridiculous.
He was waiting with that puppy for about 6 weeks.
I say so. But in the end, we did get them thrown out.
You got them thrown out?
Well, you can't be off your head on drugs and like practicing DJ at 4 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday.
I know.
And like this was happening every night. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah, but I get that, right? Mind you, most of what's happening here is happening in a reasonable enough time.
Yes.
So
now,
you're kind of up against it a little bit here. And
There's,
sometimes apartment living is funny like this. It's a little bit fraught in comparison to houses because usually you only have, if you're semi-D, you're just the people beside you really, they're the ones you kind of get involved in. But in apartments, you could get it from any area.
You can get it from any angle. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is a bit of a difficult. It does seem reasonably in the time. I think is it not 11 o'clock is kind of the cut-off time for public noise.
Well, I think it's 10 in apartments.
Is it? Yeah.
Well, no, it's 10 in our apartment block. Now, what I will say about this is right?
Is there like a, sorry to cut you across here, but is there not some sort of agreement that you kind of make?
Yeah, there is. It's I can't remember what it's called. It's like the common
like a
area
service
policy.
agreement, or something. Yeah.
And it's house rules.
Oh, house rules, yeah.
House rules. So what you could do is, right, your first port of call, I think, is the management company, because every apartment block legally has to have a management company.
Okay.
So there's usually a company appointed by the management company, which is, the management company are people that own apartments that are elected to the board.
Yeah.
And then the management company are the people they hire to administer that. So usually if you look, like I don't know if you're renting or you're an owner. Like if you're renting, you might know this. If you're an owner, you will.
Yeah.
But usually in the common area downstairs, like when you walk inside, there'll be a little sign that tells you who the management company is, and you can ring them and get in touch.
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to, like disturbance and noise is a big part of what they're supposed to deal with.
Sure.
So you're well within your rights to have a conversation. The other thing is, it depends on whether they own or they're renting.
Yeah, that is also another problem.
If they're renting, particularly if you're an owner, you've got a bit more flexibility, because you can get in touch with the owner and go, this is not on. This has to change. Because it's more effective. The most effective thing you can do with a renter is have the landlord lean on them rather than the management company.
Without a doubt, yeah.
And if you want to stay, or you. So if you want to stay anonymous, you can go to the management company and have them deal with it. I think sometimes it's worth feeling out who those people are.
That was going to be my conversation. Have you actually met them?
Like, if they're a load of students,
go in and say, lads.
Don't even engage.
Yeah.
I would imagine if it's a load of students, just go, management company, can you just deal with this?
Yeah.
If it's a couple, you can go over and love bomb them.
Yeah.
Bring them over an apple tart and just be like, listen, love you. Glad you're here. This is just our experience.
That's quite difficult.
Any chance? Because sometimes it's like, it's exactly as you said.
It might they might not be aware that they can hear it all.
They could be people that lived in a massive house in Roscommon for 10 years together. They've moved up to Dublin and they just
don't realise. Yeah.
A common space.
Or they could be like my husband, who probably should really be watching television with subtitles as opposed to, because his hearing isn't quite what it used to be. No, but the thing is, like I live with a 66-year-old man, and an 85-year-old man lives who played music all his life, and then an 85-year-old man lives next door who clearly doesn't hear quite as well as he used to.
Yeah.
I hear his TV through the wall, and so sometimes, and I also know when he's doing his ironing, because he always plays classical music during that, but sometimes Tommy Fleming, I don't know. But anyway, so what I'm saying is, the thing is, sometimes you have to say, look, we can actually hear that. And sometimes that people get quite embarrassed and go, oh my God, I can't believe that.
Yeah, that's what you hope.
Because actually, and I see that you already know that, but the thing is, if you've met them and you realise that there's no way there's going to be anything, then absolutely go down Gearóid's route. I personally think, feel them out, as they say, and see who they are as people. And if they seem reasonable enough and nice enough people, just go in and say, listen, it's, I can actually hear things quite loud. Is there any chance we could just have it turned down a little bit even, and if you're still not getting anything, then you need to report it to management. And of course they'll know who it is, but they'll know anyway. So, the thing is, at the end of the day, you either live with the level of madness that you're about to approach, or you deal with the problem. And sometimes going direct is the best policy, but you can't be angry when you go. And don't wait until it is really super loud.
Yeah, because otherwise you're going to get annoyed. And my experience of it was that we went to the people numerous times, and it just made zero difference.
No, well then,
absolutely. So then we just went
the fact
to the
that you swooned every time you went probably didn't help. But but you're right. That's exactly the right thing to do.
I did
if you don't
let
get
my boyfriend
satisfaction,
handle it, because he had
zero interest.
He's not swooned by looks.
No,
that's why we're together.
Gearóid.
But we just got nowhere, so we just went to the landlord, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll move him on."
Yeah, no, seriously, don't live with it. For sure. Don't do that, because you will go mental.
Also, look at the layout of the building as well. Like, if it's a situation, because a lot of apartments, the way it works is they work it so that the sitting rooms are adjoining walls.
And then the bedrooms
are adjoining walls. If you're in your bedroom and you're hearing sitting room noise, it's very, very loud.
Yeah.
And the chances are you're not
the only person
with that problem.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a big ask.
No.
For somebody that's getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to put on the radio in the sitting room rather than putting it on in the bedroom.
Or what you do is you get up at 6 in the morning and you put yours on even louder.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because if you have got nowhere, and vengeance is what you've got to do.
Vengeance is mine.
I'm here for that.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
It's not often I am, but I am definitely all for that in that regard.
And with noise, it's very effective. Like, all you've got to do is, if they've had a late night, you're having an early morning.
Straight away.
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
Yeah.
I did that. We did that one. They were literally until 5 o'clock in the morning. And this was a school night. This was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I think it was like a Wednesday or a Thursday, and I was just like, because I work from home, so I was like, okay, well, I think it was coming in here actually. I think it was coming in here to do the pod.
I think I remember that day.
So I got up at 7 o'clock in the morning. My partner went to work, and it was because, like, my partner goes to work on a Wednesday. We record on a Wednesday.
That's right. Yeah.
And I just blasted the stereo from 7 o'clock, and I left. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all day.
Just right too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you probably won't be the only person suffering from that, because they might be beside you, but there'll be probably somebody above and below.
Yeah, totally.
Or, even on the other side. And the reality is, you can't be the only person having that difficulty.
I guarantee you're not the only person with a problem.
But
and if it's clear you're not, like if there's other neighbours on the floor, then all you need to do is to have a second person contact the management company as well, and then
that'll be sorted. The chances are these are probably reasonable enough people. Just check that out a little bit.
To answer your question, like, you ask a question at the top, which is like, when is it appropriate to complain without being a dick myself? If something's annoying you, you're better off saying it as soon as it's annoying you, because the thing that you're going to get annoyed at is not just them, but you're going to get annoyed at the fact that you're putting up with it.
Yeah.
And then you're going to...
And then it accelerates.
That's going to accelerate, and then you're going to... All of your aggression for yourself as well is going to get loaded onto them.
I was just going to say,
powder keg situation.
You're going to go in the door, and they might have been very reasonable had you gone at the beginning, but quite frankly, they're just going to go, what the hell?
You're going in with a flamethrower.
You're kind of girl.
My kind of girl. I do love a disproportionate response.
I know.
Disproportionate revenge. That's what I'm here for. The fact that they're waking you every morning, that to me... It's not like they're waking you at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday, hammered drunk.
No, this is
So these sound like professional people. They're getting up early in the morning. They're up early on weekends. So I think
they're reasonable people. I think
they could be reasonable.
They're probably just a bit deaf.
Yeah.
And so just go in and see how you go. I mean,
now I'm going to be honest with you. They blast music when they finish work at around 5:30 every day. I don't think you have a leg to stand on.
No.
With that.
But it's okay to ask for it to be a little less.
It's okay to ask, but I think if they're like, sorry now.
It's the middle of the day, we're having a crack.
It's the middle of the day, we finished work, we've got music on. I don't think you've got a leg to stand on there. I think with the outside of those quiet hours that are in your lease.
Yeah.
It's usually between 10 and 8 in the morning, I think are the quiet hours. That's when you've got a leg to stand on. I think if somebody finishes work at 5:30 and they put on a few tunes.
Yeah, but it depends if it's like really so loud that and if they are fairly reasonable, just say to them, sure, come on in and hear what I hear. Get them to play what they're playing at their level, and then bring them in to hear it from your perspective.
That's a great idea.
And in a way that so they don't think that you're overreacting.
That's a great shout.
Just if they're nice people and they don't quite understand, say, look, I just want you to hear what I hear, so that you can see that it's kind of, like it's just a thought. They could become your best friends.
Yeah.
You don't know. And we can't wait to find out, Nicole.
Let's know how you get on, Nicole.
Oh, we're so invested in this now.
We're vested, yeah.
We're very invested.
Like the neighbours' problems are always tricky.
You don't necessarily have to like them all, but you need to be able to exist in a non-destructive way.
Yeah. I mean, look what happened with Gordon.
Yeah. Gordon.
That's not great now.
No, but it is because it's sorted.
It's sorted. Yeah, but, mark my words, it's sorted.
Yeah, but the best part is it's sorted in a way that's not impacting upon them. No. So
I would imagine they're going to see each other
somewhere
in the supermarket, and they're going to walk by each other.
Small bit awkward.
It's not so much sorted as it is finished.
Yeah. Okay. But that's an ending of sorts.
An ending is an ending.
Personally,
you never know, Gordon. Christmas is coming. There could be Christmas drinks in
there. There could be, and it could all change again. And the next thing, they could be wearing the same jumpers as you.
Niamh, it's been wonderful to talk to you.
Oh, and you know, we're kind of neighbours in a sort, aren't we?
No, you live 200 miles away.
No, but
We're friends.
we're neighbourly here.
We're friends.
We are
friends and business partners. Niamh, friends and business partners. It's been lovely to talk to you. agonyrants@gmail.com. We would love to hear if you have a problem, if you have a comment, if you have a follow-up. We would especially love to hear from you because we'd love to hear about all of the lies we ruin. Also,
the next time we
would love you to subscribe.
Oh yeah, well that would be amazing.
You're getting a free gift in the post if you're a Head Stuff subscriber. If you subscribe by our deadline, you will be receiving in the post an iconic gift from us. From our heart to yours.
Without a doubt. As long as you supply your address.
Just remember, if you're a Head Stuff Plus subscriber, you will have got an email with a link to give us your address. So please fill that in. And you're going to get a present in the post. What other podcast does that?
Not a single one.
Not a single one. It's been lovely to chat to you.
You
Chat
too,
to you next
my
week.
love. Bye.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with Head Stuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.